If you have been reading my blog for the past couple of weeks, you know I've had a series going on called Thick Baby. And I'm going to continue this series with Miss Tanisha Porter here, also known as Nisha Speaks. But before I go any further, I have to give a shout out to the joint that's actually where we're filming right now. So shout outs to the joint off Main Street here in North Little Rock. So thank you so much for letting me use your spot for this interview. Okay. So the series has been covering full-figured woman and different things that they go through, and I'm so excited because we're going to be kind of talking about like the entertainment side of being a full-figured woman. So I'm excited. So to kind of give some history, me and her met at a modeling show, a fashion show. We were actually part of a full-figured women show. So this is really cool how it's all kind of going together. So let's get this started. So let's just start with the basics. Where you from? What high school you go to? Just give us a little bit of your background.
Okay. I'm from Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Oh, that's where I'm from. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm from Jacksonville, Arkansas, and I went to Jacksonville High School. Graduated in 1996, so I'm kind of old. But yeah.
Oh, in your bio, I saw that you started writing songs for others. Did this come off easy to you because of you writing poetry?
Yeah, it was kind of, I just have, I guess, a gift for words, and so just having a notebook filled with things and being afforded the opportunity to work with other people, you know, it just kind of comes naturally to articulate certain situations or things that people ask they want a song about, and I'm able to write.
Okay, so when I think of songwriters turned musicians, I think of Jasmine Sullivan, I think of Neo and The Dream. You know, they start off doing their writing for others, producing for others, then they do their own music, and then I'm like, well, they should have been doing for themselves all along. So what made you finally make that jump from songwriting for others to doing your own thing?
Well, I have a very big personality, and I'm very outgoing, and I had loads of notebooks filled with poems and songs, and I just said, you know, why don't I do this? Why I can stand up here and do this. I can do it also. So I just took a chance. I entered, it was called Songs on the River or something like that down here in downtown Little Rock, and I did my first show, and it was really, really, I loved how it felt to be on the stage, and I loved the reaction from the crowd, and so that kind of just sparked everything for me to do it on my own.
Cool, awesome. So I know Love Letter was your first.
That was the first single off my EP.
Okay, and so you sent that to me earlier this week, so I was at work listening to it. So I'm at work, I'm grooving to it. I'm like, oh, this gives me a little bit of Lauryn Hill, gives me some India.Arie. So you know, the first time you hear a song, you know, you hear this. It's like, to me, the first time you hear a song, you kind of hear the beat. And then the second time, that's when you start listening to the words.
That's right.
And so the second time listening to it, I'm like, I hear you say Lord, and I said, oh, this is a gospel song. So I'm like, oh, I feel real sick right now. And so I mean, but it's good. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I'm not. But are you trying to was that song like doing new things with gospel?
Well, it was just, my thing was I wanted to be a voice for women, for Christian women, single mothers, single ladies, just women all the way around. And, you know, sometimes we're in a relationship, and this is how Love Letter came about. You're in a relationship, and you just expect the person to be, you know, you have expectations. And then you just come to the realization that this person is not going to fulfill me. This person is not what I need to be me. I get everything that I need from God. He's the only person that can love me like I truly need to be loved. And so after coming to that realization, I just kind of wrote it, and I was like, you know, this is my love letter to Christ, because he is really the lover of my soul. Nobody else can love me like him.
Okay, that's deep. Okay. So, but yeah, it's a good thing. I'm not saying that once I heard it was gospel, I was like, oh. But no, it's good. But, you know, it took me back because it really was a different sound, but that's deep, and I can understand where you were going with that. So let's get into your new single that's going to be dropping June 11th.
Yay.
So that's next Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday coming
And it's called "I Love You."
Yes.
So, in the info you gave me about the single, you telling me like it has some like hip hop influence. So, I guess my next question is this a new gospel? Are you crossing over to R&B? Are you giving us a little bit of rap? Like,
it's all of that.
Okay.
I don't want to be just like Nisha Speaks, the gospel, person. I just want to inspire people. I want them to think, and I want them to be able to relate to what I'm saying from personal experiences. I am a music lover, and 90s music, that whole Jodeci and just, Carl Thomas, every just like, I just love music. So it's just a part of me, all types of it, like NWA, just all types of hip hop, whatever. And so that's a part of me. So I just wanted to share it with other people. And I Love You is all of that.
Okay.
It's hip hop, it's groove, it's R&B, but it's inspiring.
Okay. Let me see, make sure. Okay. So okay, well, you kind of answered my next question, because I guess my question was, are you going to stick with gospel? Are you wanting to cross over to R&B, or like you said, you kind of want to do whatever you're feeling, like whatever just makes you.
I just want people to feel good. That's the whole thing behind my music, my poetry. Feel it and feel good about it. Let it take you to where a place in you that you can relate and feel good about what you're listening to. I want the music to be able to make you move, and at the same time, when you go that second time around and you listen to the lyrics, I want you to be like, oh, okay, she's really talking about something. She's not just sitting up here on a microphone. She's really talking about something. And I just thought that this time around with I Love You, I just wanted to give the real on relationships, because the stuff on the radio now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, one thing I like about local artists and like independent artists, y'all can be as creative as you want to. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. You can try different sounds. You don't have to do what's going on the radio. So like, if you were to sign, with a major label, if you're looking to go that route, is that something that you're afraid of? That if you were to go with a major label, that you would kind of have to give up some of that creative freedom, because they're more like, we want your sound to sound like other things. Are you afraid of losing that creative freedom?
That would be something to think about. I mean, because when you sign with a major label, you work for them basically. So they're your boss, and you kind of have to do what they ask you to do, at the same time staying in the parameters of your brand. And so I heard Mariah Carey say that she was able to write her own music, write her own songs, and I think that if I'm able to write, then I'll be good.
Okay.
As long as I'm able to write.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be good.
Cool. Well, okay, so this next question, and this is kind of what, as I said, this is my thick baby series.
Say it again.
Thick baby. So it's my series. So, I do kind of want to touch on being a full-figured woman in this industry. I remember, like, it was a long time ago, I was watching this, it was Missy Elliott's, it was kind of like a documentary, kind of like, not behind the music, but like behind the music. And so, when Missy came out, she was full figure. She lost weight since, she first came out. But she said, a label told her that if you're going to be famous, you're going to do your thing, you're going to have to lose some weight. And she told them, I like cupcakes too much, whatever. And then we see Missy Elliott still did her thing, even though she was full figured. So, if you were to sign with a record label and they were to tell you, look, if you trying to do things with your music, you're going to have to lose some weight. I mean, would you be like, F this? And, or what would you do? What would be your reaction?
I think that I would, again, they would be my boss, and it's either you work for them or you do it on your own, and you sacrifice some things. But I don't think there's anything wrong with losing weight and being healthy. But people like Tamala Mann, Missy Elliott, Jasmine Sullivan, Jill Scott. I mean, they're doing big things, and they are full figure women. They haven't really sacrificed their sound or their brand for being you can be sexy if you want that, if you are trying to, like Tamala Mann, she is, full figured and she wears her clothes and she looks amazing and she still goes forth in ministry and it's powerful. So, I mean, I think that with those women, I think that the industry is seeing that it's not really all about what you look like. It's about your gift, what you're saying, and how you push it across to the people.
I completely agree. Like you brought up some awesome, like Jasmine Sullivan. I freaking love her. She's an awesome songwriter and she's an awesome singer. So I mean, you're right. I mean, I do truly feel that that in the last, especially this last decade, we've seen that full-figured women can do it.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you, like I said, if you have the talent, the rest, doesn't really matter. So I always like to end my interviews with an advice question. So my advice question is, what advice do you have for full-figured women wanting to break into the entertainment business?
My advice would be, first of all, hone in on your craft. You have got to, if you have a gift and you're trying to do, if you're doing music, if you're doing poetry, study your craft, get good at your craft, and then when you get ready to present yourself to the world, your size and how you look, that will be overpowered by what you're saying or what you're singing. It's really all about you. Be you. Nobody else can be who you are. You are destined, you are purposed to be who you are. And if you try to be someone else, it's just kind of messing up the plan. So I would just encourage you all to, be full figure, be healthy, but do you. Just do you.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Okay, so as I had said earlier, you have a new single dropping out. So would you like to tell, the readers where they can find your single, when it's going to be dropping, and anything else you want them to know about it?
Okay, yes, I definitely would. NishaSPEAKS, which is me, I'm dropping a new single, I Love You, on June 11th. That's next Tuesday. It'll be available on all digital download sites, CD Baby, Amazon, iTunes. It's all about relationships. It's the real relationships. Relationships aren't always roses and puppy dogs. Sometimes it's weeds and sticks. So I just want to give the real side of relationships, and I would so appreciate it if you all would support me. Go to ReverbNation.com/NishaSpeaks and visit my site. I'm on Facebook. Search for me. Just do everything. Want a t-shirt? Visit me on Facebook. I can hook you up. All right. That's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
Nisha, for doing the interview. I had an awesome time modeling with her, and now I had an awesome time interviewing her. Thank you to The Joint for letting me set up here, and thank you for tuning in. There will be, I think, maybe one more installment of the Thick Baby series. One more installment. But again, share this. Go. Remember, you can still go to my blog and see pics of the fashion show that we were both in at As Seen through ebonyeyes.blogspot.com. So read, and you can also read about other stuff that I just talked about, or whatever's going on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you again for being a part of the series.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.